walked into the education center, when I decided to take this journey, I was scared, I was nervous. You know, I didn't do well in high school. I had a 2.48 in college, and basically people were taking my classes for me because I was a good basketball player. And I walked into the education center, and I saw two things that would also help my thinking. The first thing was, it says most people die at 25, but they're not buried until they're 75, right? Ooh. And I said, I asked the counselor, I said, what does that mean? He said, most of us stop at 25 years old and we buy into this false narrative of reality, right? You know, it ain't realistic for you to think that you can be a colonel. It ain't realistic for you to think that you can be a doctor. It ain't realistic to think you can be an author because you have to focus on your wife and your kid. That's false. That's a false narrative, right? Mm-hmm. And he said, most of us die at 25 and we just wait until we're 75 for somebody to throw the dirt on us. And then we realize we wasted our whole lives. The second thing, which man, you're talking about impactful. It says, if your ship don't come in, swim out to meet it. I said, oh my God. Ooh. I said, what does that mean? He said, it don't matter if you got a lifeguard. It don't matter if you got a life vest. He said, that ship out there is yours. It don't matter if you can't swim, because at the end of the day, he said, the God principle is going to get you to that ship, but you need to have the courage to jump in that water and know that God is going to get you to that ship, because that ship is yours. And if you don't jump into that water and have the courage to go out there to get there, you'll never find your destiny. You'll never find your purpose.
If that ship don't come in, you jump.
Your ship don't come in, swim out to meet it.
Because that's your ship.
That's right. Discrimination, racism, prejudice, Islamophobia, Christian phobia, whatever it is. You swim through those obstacles in that shark-infested water, you're going to get bit. You might even think you're on the brink of death, but God has you. He's going to get you to that ship, but he's going to try you along the way to find out if you're worthy to go to that ship. That's just the facts. And so now, when I walk into a room, sometimes when I walk into the room, I just cry, right? Because I can't believe it's me. It's like an out-of-body experience and where I come from. And sometimes I'm just crying because when I walk in the room, brother, this is no hype talk. People are uncomfortable, right?